Breadheads, Ty and Eric, back in the booth. I'm your host, Ty. This is my subordinate, Eric. You may speak.
Subordinate.
Subordinate.
Yeah, I eat subs.
Yeah, I'm a sub lover.
I'm a sub lover, but I think I'm dominating this podcast.
Damn, you do have the deeper voice. But I'm always first on the beat after the intro. I'm a first mover advantage, so I get to throw you a few shots before you can even speak.
That's right. I like to see how Ty jumps in so that I can kind of match his freak. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Usually Ty will come up with a new way to say hello, breadheads, every single time.
Dude.
We're on number 372.
It's a freak off every time.
It's a freaky way to get off at Subway.
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, so what's on the menu today, King?
Well, Ty, we're coming off the long weekend.
Long weekend here in Canada.
Both of us left the city,
Yep.
which was a nice switch up.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never catch me switching up my order, but I might be in a different zip code or area code every single time.
King size beds in different area codes.
That's right. Somebody walking up looks all like Fogel. I'll be real honest.
Shit, we got a Fogel walking by. We're recording obviously in the mobile booth stationed outside a Subway as we do.
Mm-hmm.
We got some Fogel-like characters patroning this establishment.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
It does make sense. It's been almost a week since our last recording session, Ty.
Yeah.
I think we recorded on Wednesday last week or something like that.
We got so much to cover.
Lots to cover. You were in sinful Las Vegas.
Sin City.
Yeah,
that's right. What happens in Vegas goes on this podcast. We're a tell-all episode.
Dude, nothing ever stays in Vegas.
No.
That is such a misnomer.
Mm-hmm.
All things eventually come to the light on this podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. A guy just walked by wearing Boiler Room merch. What is going on at the Subway?
And he's carrying a walkie-talkie. I don't know if you saw that.
Wow. Is Charlie XCX doing a DJ set here? What's going on?
Potentially. That was kind of a cool shirt.
That is kind of cool.
Hey, thanks to everyone who copped the shirt.
Yeah, shout out to all of our not just listeners, but customers. We appreciate you.
That's right.
Shop.thinkfreshpodcast.com. Check out the merch. Support the pod.
Yeah, man.
We're going to need it when we eventually get into a legal battle with Subway about using a variation of their logo. It's only a matter
100%.
of time.
Yeah, instead of donating your money to like Whole Foods or something on your next grocery trip, you should donate it to us. Help us, with this GoFundMe to fight the big Subway.
Dude, calling your Shopify a GoFundMe is pretty funny. The only thing I'm donating to is some rich dude's wine cellar, because that's where all my money went to in Vegas, was just gifting it to the executive board of MGM.
Yeah, the slot machines there are kind of like a reverse vending machine. Like they don't vend anything. You just put your coins in and you lose them forever.
That's probably how like a blind person feels using a vending machine, because you like hear some sounds after you put the money in, but you're not really sure if it paid out.
Yeah, you hear a cha-ching, but the wrong kind.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like someone's bank account saying cha-ching, not yours.
Dude, man, Vegas is crazy. It's my first time ever there, but it's like the weirdest and most wonderful place on earth. You've been before. You clearly know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I was staying at the Park MGM on the Strip, which like it was nice because I felt like I was. You've watched Hunger Games, right? You've lived Hunger Games.
What do you mean? Have I lived Hunger Games?
You're a hungry man.
Well, I'm perpetually hungry. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I felt like I was like in the Capitol the entire time I was in Vegas, because I was in the nice part of the Strip with like beautiful people walking everywhere, expansive hallways, decadent chandeliers, money going everywhere, free drinks. Everything's bougie. And then once in a while you'd like leave that quarter, you go to Treasure Island, you go to New York, or you go out to heaven forbid Fremont Street and you're like in these like older areas that just like Hunger Games, you're like leaving the Capitol and going out to the districts.
Right.
And they're like
where your kind's not welcome.
Yeah, exactly. That's where the uggos live and the poor people, and it's crowded and feels a bit dangerous.
It kind of like taking transit.
It's kind of like taking transit. It even smells bad, like transit.
It's like you hop on the train, you're thinking like, wow, I could get like killed or robbed at any moment. It stinks. I don't want to be around anyone. I don't want to even touch anything. You
just wish you were back in the Uber Black.
100%. So tell me more. You went out to the dirty armpit of Vegas, which is Fremont Street. And what did you see there?
Oh man, it's so busy there. There's like people dressed up in feathered costumes like birds. There's half naked people walking around for photos.
Mhm.
Super crowded. I actually like went into the Golden Nugget. I went into some of the hotels and kind of explored the floors. Uh, Played
You
a little
touched the
bit of
carpet?
roulette. I actually okay. At one point during the weekend, a friend of mine was super drunk in one of the casinos at the at Caesar's Palace,
Okay.
and then they threw their drink on the ground by accident. The glass smashed, and they panicked, and they just ran out of the casino, leaving me and a few others to kind of resolve the incident.
Great friend.
Yeah, flash forward 24 hours later, and I'm at the Golden Nugget at the like a dingy roulette table trying
Yeah.
to like get in on the table, and the person gambling there turns to me and says, "Hey, you're the guy with the friend that broke the glass."
Oh
It's
wow.
like, "Oh no, we're iconic."
Dude, being recognized in a Vegas casino is not a good
Never a
place to
good
be.
look. No, it's not a good look. That just made me very self-conscious that your actions are watched by the other customers. The
Dude,
other
not only that, but there's probably like 35 cameras that saw saw what you did as well.
Oh yeah, you're like on a list somewhere for
Yeah,
sure.
your face has been digitally scanned, and
Mm-hmm.
like you can never go into the city of Vegas ever again without like the authorities being alerted, you know?
100%. You're banned from this adult Disneyland.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's wild there, dude. What a weird place.
So I imagine Vegas has a few subways in it.
They do.
I don't, haven't had the pleasure of, patroning them myself, but did you see them? Did you walk by them? Did you eat at them?
I did not eat at Subway, although I do have many interesting food stories to share.
Okay.
I walked past one Subway a couple times. It was right on the strip. I think it was near the Flamingo.
Yes,
And
that one's my favorite.
no way, you've been in there?
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's weird because
Yeah.
what was really weird about that one, Eric, is every time I walked by it, there was only women in it. One time I
Okay.
even counted 12 women, like multiple different girl gang groups hanging out inside and around the door.
Hmm.
They're all in really short dresses. They're all having fun night out, getting their
Hmm.
little 6 inches. And it just, I couldn't fathom it. I'm like, what is going on at this Subway? This is the only Subway on earth that I've ever seen one woman, let alone a dozen.
Uh-huh.
There's not a single man in there.
Interesting.
Zero.
This
I
is in
never
the
saw a
subway.
single man in this Subway.
Okay, I see.
Only women every time I walk by it.
And we're talking about staff and patron.
I think so. I don't typically look at the staff.
Yeah, you don't really like to humanize the staff,
No,
do you?
exactly. I'm just talking customers here.
Yeah, you just stare at the buckets and keep your eyes to yourself,
Yeah, eyes down there. And that is the exact opposite of the Subway that I'm standing outside of right now, Eric, where even today during this episode, not a single woman has walked in that door. It's been only men since we started recording.
That's right. Man, I gotta say, just the city of Vegas in general is like such a like sensory overload.
It is.
Shout out to our last episode. But I don't know, there's something about it. I just feel so stimulated when I'm there that I can't make any sound decisions. And I feel like that's intentional.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of reminds me of the menu at Subway. Like if you're living in the Subway menu, it's kind of like you're living in Vegas, you know?
That was actually the only kind of macro reflection I had on this place. It's like, oh my God, this city is the Subway of America.
Oh.
Because there's a kink for everybody there, There's you can do Vegas however you want.
Yeah, dude, you can really build your own tragedy there.
Like no matter what, you'll regret it at the end, but you feel like you're in control of however you want to customize your experience there.
You're totally right. You are in control. However, the end result's always the exact same.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you can sprinkle. Yeah, you can get a nice little base layer of debt going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can sprinkle a little bit of altercation with homeless person.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to really toast it, you can invite a hooker to your room.
Dude, you're doing some toasting for sure.
You're gonna be burning, that's for sure.
Hook line stinker. Hooker liner stinker.
Exactly.
Hooker lines stinker. That's Vegas.
Right. Hookers, doing lines, and how do you make a stinker at Subway and Vegas time?
Dude, everything I make at Subway is a stinker at some point.
Yeah, my hands are stinking after the hookers and below.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. Yeah, dude, they're kind of the same place. And in both cases, at the very end, you regret all of your decisions. You wish you could go back in time, and you have to keep what you did a secret.
Oh man.
What happens in Subway, baby?
And also, chain smoking afterwards is a nice way to end the night.
It's a good way to get the stink off. That's
Exactly.
for sure.
Stink City.
Yeah, dude. Stink City. Yeah, Vegas is weird. I went to the Sphere. That was kind of interesting. Shit. It's clearly been the most popular Vegas thing to videotape in recent days.
So what did you see there?
Well, they do this thing called the Sphere Experience. The Sphere Experience.
I was trying to put that one together too, but I couldn't get there in time.
It's a silly little video, kind of like an IMAX flyover of Earth, where they tell you a cute story about how humankind was birthed on Earth, destroyed Earth, and eventually had to move off planet. With lots of slow drone pans over different beautiful scenes. And kind of imagine that.
The irony is so beautiful here, Ty. It's like we've destroyed Earth and we get to watch it in this monstrosity of a building.
It was crazy thinking about that, to be like in the middle of the desert being like, this place should not exist at all. And this video is about how we manipulated the Earth beyond its ability to sustain us. The irony was not lost on me.
Wow. So how much do these tickets cost?
Dude, they're crazy expensive. And let me tell you right now, Eric, it is not worth the money.
No?
No. I think I paid 200 Canadian per ticket.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, not cheap.
And like, I don't even know if like floor seats in this case are good.
No.
Because you're looking at the sky.
Maybe like for a concert, you want to get still close to the stage, but for the the actual cinematic thing, you want to be, there's not really a bad seat, would be my advice to any breadheads thinking of attending. You don't need to be in the very middle of the room to really enjoy it. I would get the cheapest tickets. I would go up in the corner. It doesn't matter.
Really?
It's a big enough screen. I paid for like the second cheapest tickets. But honestly, the video is like kind of mids. It felt like they didn't really take advantage of the format in order to really show off the power of like a 360 screen like that. But what was cool about it was the lobby before the show starts. You walk through the atrium outside, like any stadium, but they had ambient lighting and ambient music. It felt very otherworldly.
Wow.
And they had these hot robots hanging out that you could walk up to and talk to. And they would respond and ask you questions back.
Oh.
You could have a conversation with them. And they had like realistic lips and faces, and they moved really, really human-like.
I know a place where you can do something like this as well.
Yeah? Tell me more.
At Subway, you can talk to some AIs.
Yeah, dude, they're both a similar degree of lifelike movement.
Exactly. You don't need to interact with them. All you have to do is, press X if you would like to.
Exactly. They're very NPC. And these robots felt like NPCs too, but I was quite mesmerized with how, I guess, just like present they were. They could address a crowd. They could understand how many people they were talking to.
So what if a robot just walks up to you and is like, look at you fucking geezers. What's going on? So whose birthday is it?
One day robots are going to be the funniest comedians. They're going to go on stage and they're just going to troll the whole crowd, because
100%.
They can do a whole lookup and you could the robot comedian could dock somebody right on stage.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest like flaws in AI or like robots in general, I guess. They're not funny. And they should be. Like, just having like someone just crack jokes all day that you can reuse with your boys, like, that is the real value here. I just don't think they'll ever be able to draw on like the same experiences as us to create those funny moments.
That's because corporate America wants to optimize for productivity, Eric, but we should be optimizing for humor. The world would be so much better place if all the robot investment was into funny robots. Like, I think it would just be like a way better world.
Oh man. I mean, at that point, like we already have the sex robots, Ty.
Yeah.
Which is like for the boys. But the funny robots, that'll take all of our chicks.
Damn, all I got going for me is that I'm funny.
Exactly. That's all we have left, Ty. And if we have robots that are able to be funnier than us
And stronger than us? Oh no.
yeah, can protect the family with their like turrets that are built into their arms.
I guess we as men need to finally start working on our emotional maturity in order to stay competitive.
Yeah, hand me the sponge and soap. I'm cleaning the dishes tonight.
Talk to me about your feelings. I'll validate them tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough out there. I'd love to tell you a little bit about some of the food that I ate.
Yes, please.
Okay. Had a lot of weird meals. Where do I even start? I'll start with the worst meal. I went to Rainforest Cafe.
Okay,
Yeah.
this sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Why do I know this place?
It's a chain. They're all over the world in random touristy destinations.
Is this like a vegan spot?
No.
No,
The
okay.
food there is terrible. It's
Okay.
like all they sell are tortilla chips and dip.
Interesting.
But Rainforest Cafe is from the 80s or 90s. It's themed like a jungle.
Okay.
It's just like they just picked jungle in general. Like there's a zebra like standing in the cafe, like an animatronic zebra, which makes no sense at all. Zebras are not in the rainforest, but it doesn't matter. There's also animatronic monkeys and elephants.
Okay, interesting.
And every 30 minutes, there's a thunderstorm throughout the room.
I love that.
Yeah. It's such a sensory overload because there's like a guy making balloon animals. All the servers are like singing happy birthday to every table because it's just groups of children going there.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Tonga Room in San Francisco.
It's kind of like the Tonga Room if the Tonga Room was made of plastic.
Damn. I mean, that's what Vegas is in a nutshell. It's like everything is just like a ripoff from somewhere else, and they add like animatronic monkeys.
Yeah, it's a derivative essentially. This is a derivative of the rainforest.
Interesting, cool.
It felt very Vegas, but the food there is so bad, dude.
Like what I'm picturing you can get there is like an acai bowl.
You'd think, but they literally all they sell is tortilla chips and dips, like and maybe a fettuccine.
Wild.
Yeah, it is. It's all beige, which is hilarious given that it's like the most diverse area in the world, and then all the food is beige.
Right. The most colorful animals come from the rainforest.
Yeah.
You know, the cockatoo.
Yeah, like I want
the parrot.
A panther steak.
100%.
But nothing like that. Nothing that even like harkens back to its like theme. And they're like it's the one of the last like strongholds for getting a plastic straw too. Just hilarious. They're just like, yeah, plastic straws for the whole table.
Yeah, I feel like Vegas is like doubling down on the plastic straw.
They are. They love it.
They love it.
They're like, we don't care. We conquered the desert. Who cares about the plastic straws?
Yeah, I mean they have those single use like 1 liter daiquiri bottles. Like those things are not coming in the carry on. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
They're most likely getting tossed into the sewers.
Yeah, they're plugging the drains.
Yeah.
They have a special crew in Vegas just to clear all of the like Fat Tuesday cups and the Rainforest Cafe novelty take-home cups.
Yeah. I've seen those guys, and they're called the mole people.
Of course.
You've heard of the Vegas mole people?
No.
You don't know about the mole
people? I know about the mole people from The Incredibles.
Dude, the Vegas mole people, this is like the scariest thing that I learned about while on my trip. Like there's a whole community of homeless people that live in the sewers in Vegas. They live under the city.
Actually? Holy shit.
Like there's thousands of them.
Wow.
And like if you walk into the sewers, like you'll probably die immediately.
Yeah, you're on their turf.
Yeah, you're on their turf. You're in their living room.
Yeah. It makes sense because it's too hot on the surface for them. They have to go underground.
Yeah. I think the city also turns a blind eye to what's going on below the city. It's almost like they don't have jurisdiction below like surface level.
Right.
Just kind of like metaphorical in a way.
Well, it makes sense. They're doing their part to keep these people off the streets.
Yeah, they're off the streets. They're below them.
I did see remarkably few homeless people in this city.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where are they all? Oh, they're beneath me. Literally,
yeah. Physically and societally.
Wow. Weird. I just thought they were all at Treasure Island.
I mean, yeah, they're all kind of on the outskirts.
With the uggos.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, I feel like if you stay out late enough, maybe around sunrise, you'll see them kind of scurrying around on the surface. It's kind of like the show Fallout, if I think about it. It's like, except it's inverted. Like, the high society is not in the bunkers, the low society is. Very interesting.
It is. There's a literal layers to the class system in this city.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
like sediment.
yeah, even like if you're in the penthouse, you are 1%, baby.
Oh yeah, dude. Wow.
One of my friends at Rainforest Cafe is like, I don't want any of this bland brown food. Maybe they can make me like a tropical fruit plate or something, right? So
You would think.
he tries to order a fruit plate, and the server is like, we'll make it work. And then, like half an hour later, she comes back with a small plate with a single chopped up banana on it, peel still on. So it's like 1 inch
Oh,
chunks of unpeeled banana.
no fucking way.
Yeah, and my friend just like laughs at this thing. And he's like, please send. He just sends it back. He's like, I don't even want to eat this.
Wow. Dude, the chef that day was choosing violence for
Dude,
sure.
for sure. They probably looked at this and they're like, what would a child want? This is surely a child ordered this.
Mm-hmm.
A single
Wow.
banana.
Wow, yeah, that is kind of just disturbing to even try to picture, like, or picture him eat it, because he'll have to pick up like a slice of banana and like individually peel it like it's a little candy.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little like Werther's original wrapper.
Wow.
So, but looking back, it was the most tropical thing that was served that night at that restaurant for sure.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So we had to abandon the entire meal. No one could finish their food. It was gross. It was bland. It was tortilla chips.
In this situation, did you pay?
Yes. Yeah.
Because like,
it was one of those things. Yeah. Do you pay?
do you pay at this point? Like, I think if everyone eats less than half of their meal, I think it should just be a write-off.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think we should have just dipped out during one of the thunderstorms. But
yeah, dude, the lightning is the cover for you to just dip out. Yeah.
we attempted to recover the meal by going for dinner number 2 at Momofuku.
Ooh.
Across the street, which almost made up for it.
Okay.
A friend of mine ordered the $100 white truffle ramen.
Wow, that is a risk.
Dude, yeah,
Holy shit.
we like talked it over. Like, someone's got to get it. It's like, it's not gonna be me. Holy shit.
I mean, me and you would do something like this.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously we would write it off on the Think Fresh expense account.
Yeah, that's true.
But also we would only do this at a good restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Like a place that is like guaranteed to hit, like Kisatanto, for example. The truffle omelet comes to mind.
Yeah. And that's what I thought too. I thought like Momofuku isn't quite the grade of quality to be messing with this much white truffle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was right. When that thing showed up, it was so rich, so over truffed that like no one at the table could even finish the broth.
Mm-hmm.
It tasted like I was drinking liquid cacio pepe.
Wow. So you're really truff diving.
Yeah, dude, truff diving for sure. That's awesome. And the rest of the food was kind of disappointing too, but that was the highlight. That was the excessive. Dude, it was like a little mountain of white truffle on that thing.
Oh wow. So I guess, like, quantity wise, you might be getting close to the value there. So maybe it's not a total loss. Like, you could probably just pocket the truffle.
I think that would have been a smarter move to scoop it into a Tupperware and then sprinkle it on all the other meals throughout the weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Spread it out.
Dude, bring just a bucket of truffle to the Spaghetti Factory.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow, you could really turn a meal around there with that. We should start packing pocket truffle everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, you can get like tiny bottles of like oil.
Yeah.
Like truffle oil, just a little hit the dab on that. Dude, or some salt even.
It's the new CBD, man. And imagine getting stopped and frisked though, and you're just like carrying a few ounces of truffle.
Yeah. TSA throws away your truffle.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's like costs more per ounce than Coke.
Yeah, dude.
Geez. So those were pretty wild. The best thing I ate the entire weekend was at a restaurant called Helio, which is by one of the Jose Andres kind of groups. He's like the Spanish Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, Jose Andre. He has 2 Michelin stars and $50 million and probably 100 restaurants around the world.
Wow.
Yeah, accomplished dude. But this was, Aleo was like I guess like a paella restaurant in the Cosmopolitan. And I went in there because I was recommended to check out a very specific appetizer that they had. And it was called liquid olives. So What do you think that is?
Okay, it just says liquid olives.
Liquid olives.
$14 or something, right?
Literally, yeah.
Liquid olives. Okay, I'm gonna guess that this is a spreadable tapenade that you get on a little crostini. Liquid olive.
It's not a bad guess. It's actually a single olive served in a single spoon. They like put it in a spoon and they bring you the spoon. Like, here comes the airplane.
Okay.
But it's not a real olive. It is the texture and roughly the size of like a poached egg yolk, and it's green. And when you put it in your mouth, it's the most intense olive, like almost like olive oil flavor, more so than olive. It's like, even, it's hard to describe. It's like the essence of an olive. It's everything you'd expect an olive to be, but even more so.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kind of pops like a bubble. Like you pop the poached egg, and the olive flavor just kind of saturates the entire mouth. It's one of the most incredible things I've ever eaten.
So you're telling me you let Jose bust an olive in your mouth?
Yeah, dude. Jose's busting that ball. It was so good that I like ordered another round. I like, bring me another spoon.
Damn.
And I had another. It was, wow, so special.
So it was good.
It was good, dude. So I highly recommend that.
Anything that comes on a spoon is usually pretty good. It's like, the piece de resistance. If you will.
For sure. But dude, this is Vegas. The highs are high, the lows are low. I immediately left this restaurant, crossed the street to the Flamingo, go in the bathroom, and the guy next to me in the stalls jerking off into it. And that's Vegas.
Dude. Yeah, that is Vegas for you. Quite literally. Wow. That's exciting, man. I would love to see a menu get that creative.
I know. Like a liquid olive a tapenade would just be a great spread at the way. Yeah, it would be. I would even take, like, a bad tapenade would be good in a sandwich.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be good.
That's true. Oh, look at this guy.
Oh, cool.
If you get anything at Subway that pops into your mouth, I don't think that's a good thing. Like, there's no way that's intentional.
Yeah, dude, if you like bit into the meatball and there's like an explosive wet sensation,
I would immediately like spit it all out and examine what just happened.
Yeah, you're not. It's a meat balloon at that point.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Huh.
Wow. This is the first time, Ty, that we've sat outside Subway watching someone eat in the Subway.
Yeah, there's a guy at our table right now by the window.
Yeah, this is our table. Get the fuck out of here.
Our table. It's kind of a weird day at Subway. Notably, no police officers have come or entered. There's people dining inside, normal people. Maybe nature's healing right now.
This is a return to form, Ty.
Kind of what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wonderful.
I mean, this guy does look like a developer, so at least some things haven't changed,
Dude, developers all have like an essence to them, he's got the hunch, he's got the neck beard, he's got like clearly some sort of graphic on his hat and t-shirt that feels like swag, either from like a brewery or a company or a hackathon.
Dude, not the hackathon merch.
He's got the hackathon merch.
$40 to enter, and you get a t-shirt.
Yeah, comes with the t-shirt and water bottle.
We should do a Think Fresh subathon.
Wow, I love that, dude. It's a hack up-a-thon for us.
Exactly, hack up a loogie at this fucking Subway restaurant. But anyways, you get, the whole point is you pay us $50. You get a Think Fresh shirt, and you get a sandwich. You get to order your sandwich in front of us, and we get to critique it live.
Dude, it's a great deal.
Yeah. Are you really going to touch that spinach? I don't know. He's going for it.
It's
live commentary, maybe?
We call it, it's not a roast, but it's a toast.
Let's go.
Wow. Let's go.
Yeah, lots of opportunities to do some live shit. Don't think we ever will.
No kidding.
We thrive in the ambiguity that is this podcast.
The gray space.
That's right.
Well, breadheads, it's been so much fun talking to you today, as it is most days.
Absolutely.
This is this podcast is a passion for us. It's our child, our baby, and we couldn't grow it without you. So thank you. And if you feel a sense of duty to this podcast in the same way we do, please go to shop.thinkfreshpodcast.com and check out the merch that we're peddling there. It's pretty good quality. It's pretty fun stuff.
Yeah, totally. You can buy one for yourself, one for your mate, and Yeah, I think that'd be a nice little gift come holiday season,
Yeah,
Ty.
start
We're
shopping
coming we're
early.
coming close.
Coming close.
Get those orders in because you never know.
Yeah, shipping times can only go up.
Exactly. Um, wow, we were just reminiscing on the fact that if our podcast was a child,
Mm-hmm.
it would be in kindergarten this year.
Wow,
Kind of wild.
dude, we're a legacy brand at this point.
Yeah, dude. Huh.
Think fresh, think fresh forever,
Think fresh
dude.
forever.
5 years, we're not thinking stale. That's for sure.
Dude, this pod is well refrigerated.
Wow.
Okay, well, talk to you on Friday. Ciao.
Ciao.